What's up everybody, this is Gunter Severloh. Today I'd like to demonstrate my IFA3 training arena. Let's go to multiplayer, server browser, go to host server, give your server a name, one player, password, and then press host server. Now on the left side are your maps, on the right side are all the missions for those maps. So this mission will be on virtual reality, and for those who have subscribed to the IFA3 training arena, the mission will show up here in orange, and you can see the overview picture of it and some other information for it. Click on play at the bottom right. Now on this list here, the mission, you could play co-op, so there's 4 slots for co-op. If you plan to play by yourself, be sure to click the squad leader so you have access to Zeus. Alright, once you do that, hit OK at the bottom right, hit continue, and here we are on the map. Now as you can see, it looks like a bunch of buildings and whatnot. To really see what this looks like, we're going to go to Zeus and check this out from a different perspective. Now to go to Zeus, press Y. Once you're in Zeus, you will get this menu that shows up. All the stuff that you choose from will be on the right, so you have your single player, multiplayer, modules, markers, etc. And then whatever you place on the map will show up on the on this list here on the left. Alright, let's zoom out and I'll show you around the map. So here is basically where the player starts, and since this is multiplayer, I have a marker that is placed here. We might actually be able to see it from the map. Yeah, I have a marker right in front of the player. This marker is basically a base respawn, so if you die, you'll respawn here in about 3 seconds, which is pretty fast. But I have sandbag walls and various walls placed in very strategic locations. This mission template took me about 2 weeks to build. I've had this for over a year, but I've been, just kind of picking at it and working on it over a year. But really, it just took me about 2 weeks for the amount of time that I spent on it. Right here is where I have set up where all the enemies will spawn. Now in order to spawn enemies, you'll have to use Zeus, but before we do that, let's check out the rest of the map. Now as you can notice, I have all these light poles here. They're surrounding the map and various locations. I spent a lot of time kind of just tweaking the locations and trying to figure out what's best. I played this several times to get the best feel from it. Since we're in Zeus right now, what I like to do is I go to groups on the right, and then I'll choose, since we are blue 4 because we're playing as Germans, I could either choose OP4 or independent. OP4 will be the Russians and independent will be the Americans, so we'll just start with the Russians. And what I do here is I'll click on this, which closes the menu, and then it'll kind of condense it, and then I'll go to Red Army, and then I'll go to infantry, and basically just pick like a scout squad or an infantry squad. And this is, you can really place these guys anywhere you want. I'm not clicking anything right now. These guys are attached to my mouse. And normally what I like to do is I place them in this box, and that's what I kind of designed this for, so that the enemies start at one part of the map, and then from here what you do is you click on the squad leader, or as long as the whole squad's highlighted, you basically kind of rotate the map if you want, and then you hold down left control and then press your right mouse button, and it places a waypoint, and these guys will go to it. And then from there you can just place more waypoints. And then left mouse click on the map, and that'll basically end it. So these guys will follow the waypoints. They'll be wherever. And I usually like to put like maybe 3 or 4 squads down, so I'll put an infantry squad. We have 2 squads here, and this squad is following these waypoints. This squad is following these waypoints. If I wanted to put, let's say, a 2-man sentry, I could place them down and I could give them a waypoint. And basically this is squad 2. So you got Alpha 1, 1 squad, 2, 3, and then you got a squad with 1 waypoint. And then these guys will go. Now if we exit Zeus and basically go back to our guys, to exit Zeus just press Y again and you're back to where you started. Go to our arsenal, and if you have a profile you could load it up. I'm going to load me up a rifleman. You got your guy. From here you could just run around and do your thing. And here you see the soldiers. Now you go out in the center, which is more open, or... Ah! Safe, but actually let's show you what it looks like when I respawn. Timer goes pretty quick, and then you'll respawn right back where you started. And with the default character on this, and then you got Arsenal right there. Alright, going back to Zeus, press Y. Now I want to let you know that if you kill these guys, let's drop a mortar on them. So you go fire support. Damn. Now what I have in the mission is I have a cleanup script, and the cleanup script, what it will do is in 5 minutes the bodies will delete and the weapons will delete. So that helps with performance. Alright, you could also go to Independent and do the same thing. Go to US Army, do an infantry squad.
Awaiting orders.
And these guys are the US Army. Basically, you could do the same thing.
Wilco, on the way. Roger that. Roger.
Now you could also place modern units as well. You could place whatever's in the list, really. If you wanted CSAT recon squad. Once you give them a waypoint, they go to where they're supposed to go. Now this is really designed for infantry combat. As you can see, vehicles really can't move around here, so that's pretty much what it's for. Alright, let's go back to where these dead soldiers are, and as you can see, they have deleted. So nothing is there but a blood stain. Some other stuff you could do is go to modules, and if you wanted to change the lighting on it, like say you wanted to change the time, You go to environment and click on skip time, put that on the map, and currently it's about 1500 hours is about 3 p.m. So you just go over to this line and let's make it 1900 hours. As soon as you hit OK, then it will get dark. And here we have a nighttime mission. Now, if you wanted to change that and go back, then just go to the thing and tweak it again and set it for 7 a.m. and we got night or daytime. So back. I think you guys get the idea. Let's go to the other aspect of how you can edit this mission in terms of times. I want to show you the folders themselves, so let's go there right now. Alright guys, we're on my desktop. For those of you who would like to tweak the mission a little bit, I'm going to show you where you could locate this mission. Alright, first we're going to have to go to your Arma 3 directory, which can be found under your computer, your hard drive, Steam, Steam Apps, Common, and Arma 3, which is this folder. Now if you go down to Missions and open that up, you will find the IFA3 Training Arena. So right now I'm just going to create a new folder on my desktop. Doesn't matter what you name, it's just a temporary folder. Basically drag a copy into it. I'm going to open that folder. What you'll need to do is you'll need to open this PBO. So for me, I use a program called PBO Manager. You guys can use whatever you want, but basically you just got to open it up. Alright, so go to desktop, and once you click it, hit open. You see the list here. Extract it, and you'll get the same name of the PBO right there. Close PBO Manager, and we'll open this up, and there's a few scripts in here for this mission. Let's go over them real quick. Here we have the basic mission SQM. I would not recommend touching that. You don't really need to. The INIT script here. Now this script, I have a code in here that changes the AI's aiming speed, spot distance, aiming accuracy, shake, spot time, spot distance, commanding, general, etc. for every unit that spawns. So any unit that you spawn in the mission, their skills for aiming and accuracy and so forth will be changed to these values. Now, if you edit the mission, you could change these values higher or lower based on your skill or whatever you want them, whatever you want to. And that's basically all that's for. That code ends here at line 19. And the next code here is for a cleanup script. Let's go check out the cleanup script. Alright, the cleanup script here is this. And in this script, you don't really need to do anything, but if you wanted to change the time for how fast the bodies get deleted, then what you're going to do is you're going to go down to line 38, and you'll see a line that says sleep 300. 300 is 300 seconds or 5 minutes before dead bodies get deleted. Any items, weapons, objects, etc. that have been dropped or the enemy dropped, etc., they will all get deleted. Now if you wanted to change this to, like, say 60 seconds, which is 1 minute, then you could also do that, and just be sure to save that. There's other aspects to the script, but this is basically what it does. Alright, lastly, let's go to the description ext. And this is a basic description ext. If you decide to edit the mission and you wanted, let's say, more players, like say if you have a squad or a group and you've got like eight people that you want on this team for whatever practice, you can do that. So basically what you need to do is place, let's say you wanted 4 more players, you know, aside your 4 guys that you have, you just change this number to 8, and then you would have to make sure that you place 4 more playable characters in the mission where you start at. And of course, you could change the name of the mission too if you wanted to. The mission's made by me. And of course, base respawn is based on a marker that you place, and which I already showed you in the video. This respawn delay is how long before you respawn. So currently it's set at 3 seconds. So basically when you die, in 3 seconds you'll spawn. If you wanted to increase that to, like, say 10 seconds, then you just change that number to 10, and that's all you'd have to do. Now this line here, disable AI equals true, what this means is when you go in multiplayer, you won't see the other characters. They will just show up on the list before you choose your role for the mission. If you were to play this mission in single player, like in the editor or just in single player, then you would see these codes wouldn't apply to it, because then you would just see the other playable units that are on the map. But this is ideal for multiplayer. Alright guys, that's basically it for the mission, and I want to thank you guys for watching. I hope to catch you on the next one. Thanks, bye.